Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we will unlock the book Consciousness and the Brain. In the 1930s, a young American boy named Henry Gustav Malazan was accidentally hit by a bicycle and suffered a severe head injury. Afterward, he developed symptoms of epilepsy. At the age of 27, the long-suffering Malazan went to Hartford Hospital and sought help from Dr. William Beecher Scoville. At the time, the limitations of biology did not allow physicians to thoroughly understand complex brain functions. Dr. Scoville did not shrink back from the difficulty, however. He boldly suggested Malazan undergo an experimental surgery to remove the medial temporal lobe, amygdala, and part of the hippocampus from his brain. After the surgery, Malazan's epilepsy symptoms were finally alleviated. Despite the success of the surgery, he experienced strange symptoms. Although he could recall people and events from the past 27 years, he could no longer retain new memories for very long. Over the next few decades, countless scholars used his brain as a research subject. Malazan participated in hundreds of experiments, and his name appeared in nearly 12,000 journal articles. His participation substantially aided scientists in learning and understanding brain function, making him the most important patient in the history of neuroscience. Malazan is no longer with us, but scholarly research in brain science has never stopped. Humans are hailed as the masterpiece of the universe and the paragon of the animal kingdom, and the brain is the most beautiful and mysterious part of the human body. We learn, remember, reflect, generate new ideas, and control our behaviors through our brains. The joys and sorrows that we experience are produced by this tiny body part weighing only 1.4 kilograms. The book we will review today, Consciousness and the Brain, was written by the cognitive neuroscientist Stanislas Dehaene. It is an innovative work that makes the mystery of consciousness more visible. Dehaene is a member of the French Academy of Sciences, the foremost authority on the scientific study of the brain in Europe and a master in brain sciences. In 2014, Dehaene received the Brain Prize, the world's foremost neuroscience award, for his outstanding research in the field. In this book, Dehaene combines his cutting-edge achievements in the areas of experimental studies and consciousness research to describe how to study consciousness scientifically. He also discusses the applications of consciousness research, leading us to understand the creation and role of consciousness and providing insight into the development and challenges of neuroscience. Next, we will uncover for you the book's best bits in 3 parts. Let's have a look at the secrets of consciousness and the brain. Part 1: How to study consciousness in a scientific way. Part 2: Exploring consciousness and unconsciousness. Part 3: Applications of consciousness research. Okay, let's delve into the first part by asking this question: how do we study consciousness scientifically? To answer this, we will need to have a clear definition of consciousness. In the last century, the psychologist Stuart Sutherland stated, "Consciousness, the having of perceptions, thoughts, and feelings, awareness." The term is impossible to define, except in terms that are unintelligible without a grasp of what consciousness means. Nothing worth reading has been written about it. To better understand the mystery of consciousness and turn consciousness research into an experimentally verifiable thesis rather than speculation, we need to define consciousness more accurately. Modern neuroscience categorizes the concepts of consciousness into several types: wakefulness, vigilance, attention, and conscious access. Wakefulness refers primarily to the sleep-wake cycle, which arises from subcortical processes. In contrast, vigilance refers to the level of excitement in the cortical and thalamic networks that support conscious states. This vigilant level enables us to maintain the state of self-consciousness. For example, when a medical staff member says, "The injured patient is still conscious," the patient is in a vigilant state. Attention is the focusing of our mental resources onto a specific piece of information. Many different external stimuli surround us at all times, such as various sounds, odors, and changing scenes. But the capacity of consciousness is limited.